Give it up for Danny. Danny Lopez. Well, that kind of showed your true colors, Dan. Now I know you kind of lean a little bit more left than I thought, because it sounds like you're disappointed you didn't get those free wings. I thought you just came in to make a friend. What did I know? But anyway, thank you so much. First of all, let's acknowledge the band that was up here already. We had Steve and Mike. They did a fabulous job. Please give it up for them. And they're going to be back after I'm done. And I called my dad and I told him I'm running for office. And I said, Dad, do you have any good advice for a speech? He said, son, have a really strong opening and a really strong close, and keep them as close as possible together as you can. So that's my, thank you very much. Please vote for me. All right, so I've never run for anything in my life. The only thing I've ever run for is the number 7 train in Flushing. And if you've ever been to Flushing, you would know that that is something that you have to run for. So I do have notes. I'm not a big note guy. I kind of shoot from the hip, as Danny said, but I do say what I feel. So before I move forward with, I guess, what maybe you want to hear, I want to thank my wife, who has put up with my nonsense. Miss Jamie, can you wave your hands in the air? Jamie, we're talking about you. That's the luckiest woman in Bloomington right there, ladies and gentlemen. The luckiest woman in Bloomington. And my daughter Avery, who is 11 and a half months old. She is not here today. She's feeling a little sick. And she's never been sick before, so that's kind of a tough deal. And I have a 20-year-old daughter who is a sophomore here. She has an a cappella singing group over here on 3rd Street, and she's done at 8, so if I go really long, she might catch a little of it. But all kidding aside, her name is Haley, and she actually, when I told her I was running, she said, Dad, are you going to have yard signs? And I was really reluctant to say yes, because she has a nice house and good location. I said, yeah, I am going to have yard signs, at least I think. And I said, will you let me put one on your lawn? And I'm thinking, here it comes. She said, absolutely. So once I got the endorsement from my daughter, I knew I'm in good shape. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit why I decided to run. First of all, a little background on myself. I'm born and raised in New York, as if you didn't already know. And through a whole series of events, I met a woman, I got married, and I was living up in Lake County, Indiana for 20 years. If elected, my first rule will be to banish Lake County to Illinois. Just kidding, but that would not be a bad thing, I think. Amen on that. Nothing redeeming about Lake County. Anyway, I lived there for 20 years, and we got divorced, and I wound up meeting Jamie, and one thing led to another. I started coming down here about 3, 4, 5 years ago, about 4.5, 5 years ago, helping Jamie out with the store, and then one thing led to another, and we wound up getting married. And I am the lucky. I made a joke earlier. I am the luckiest man on the face of the earth, not you. Hey, you know, you didn't clap that loud when I said she was the luckiest woman, so, you know, let's be fair here. We're looking for balance. Anyway, and so we got married, and I just fell in love with this city. This is such an amazing place. This city is a jewel. I'll be very honest. I didn't even know Bloomington existed for the first 15 years I lived in the state, and I really had nothing nice to say about Indiana. Then I came down here and I fell in love. Absolutely fell in love. The whole mix of things that goes on here, the culture, the city, the school, the countryside, it is just a very, very special place. And the reason I decided to run is I look at where are we going to be in 15, 20 years, and I do plan on making this my home forever. Jamie and I just bought a home on the, I always get confused, on the west side, east side. What's the difference? On the east side. And we're very excited. We can't wait for little Avery to grow up. We already noticed the school bus where she's going to get picked up. And I want to get back to the community. I quite frankly, you know, I'm not quite sure about the issues, and I'm going to go over them a little bit, and I hope to learn more from you guys as to what your concerns are. But to me, if I could just give a little bit to the community, and maybe 30, 40, 50, 100 years from now, something I did made a little bit of a difference, I consider that a victory. I mean, I'm not looking for, I don't have any grand schemes. You know, the couple issues that I look at, one is quality of life. Right now we all have a great quality of life, but we want to keep it going. Whether it's the economic situation downtown, which there are some opportunities there, whether it's you know, mass transit, parking, etc. We can get into the details. The other thing that I'm very interested in is balance. Einstein had a great quote about balance. He said, life is like riding a bicycle. If you want to keep your balance, you got to keep moving forward. And if you look at the design or the makeup of our city government, there's 9 city council members. Guess how many of them are Democrats? And I'm not knocking Democrats, I have nothing against them. Okay, 8 out of the 9 are Democrats. That's not balanced, and we all know we get a better wide range of ideas when we have input from more folks. So I'm looking to create balance. And then I'm also fiscally conservative. I am a Republican. Ooh, I said it, okay? I am a Republican in this town, and I'm fiscally conservative. There you go. There you go. And I'm very conservative, and I think that's the way to travel. I think, all you have to do is look around and see what happens when you're not fiscally conservative. And as a businessman, running a business, making payroll every week, we know what it's like. And I think I might have a nice perspective to lend to City Hall. So here's the big phrase you're all looking for. In conclusion. There you go. That's the biggest cheer when you say in conclusion. In conclusion, I don't have all the answers. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you folks. Skip Daly, a very dear friend. I work with him at a not-for-profit here in Bloomington, as well as working here at the store. And I have already set up meetings with a couple of key folks in the community. But to me, everybody in this room and everybody in town is a key person, so nobody's more important than anybody else. I'm looking for your input. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. When you go to that voting booth, which is 8 months from tonight, which sounds like a long ways, but it's not. I just hope that you just won't press all D or all R, but you'll look at the candidates because it is local. All politics are local. So I thank you so much for your time. Thank you again to the band that everybody put this together. And on to the White House. Thank you very much, guys.